Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Welcome to our discussion of Silo, Season 3, Episode 3. Let's do our round of introductions and dive in.
Hi, I'm Helen.
Hi, I'm Raquel.
And I'm Kate. I was very happy that Juliet is being much more Juliet-like from the get-go this episode, especially to the nurse who's drugging her.
Mhm.
But poor Jerry, she needs to be nicer to Jerry. He probably did not expect her to take him up on his offer the very next morning, right after he almost certainly got in a ton of trouble for losing her in the marketplace. And she's not even asking him for like an hour free. She wants to walk the whole silo without him today. He lets her though, true to his
Yeah.
word.
Although he doesn't seem to care. He seems a
He
little
just-
bit worried that he's doing it. Is he just going to stand by her door? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I don't
What's he
pretend.
gonna
Look,
do?
if anyone asks, he can always say, well, she's inside. I'm just guarding the door. She's
Right.
inside.
I don't know how she slipped by me. I don't know. It seems insane for poor Jerry. Meanwhile, Daniel Keene is showing up halfway through a memorial for Juan Alameda, one of the other men that went on the mission with his sister. Daniel approaches him after and learns about the old technology they were using on the mission that left them overexposed. But on the upside, it also means the comms weren't encrypted and might have been recorded, so it gives Daniel a goal: find the recording. Do you think the recording that they're after, like, do you think it's what we heard on the previous episode, or do you
I
think
was
it's
wondering
like,
the same thing, if it's exactly the same thing
Right.
we've heard.
I think we might be missing a part.
Because
Yeah.
later on, he speaks about something taking control. And I'm not sure that we've seen that exactly.
I think she said like the drones were losing
Yeah.
control
right,
or
right,
something to the
right.
effect, but it didn't
Yeah.
sound like we've all lost control of our
Yeah,
planes either, you
yeah.
know? So I think it must be, like you said, there's missing information that we
Yeah.
didn't hear. I also don't think it was horrifying enough that you'd be like, you can't listen to this, Daniel, you know?
Mm.
Have we seen that guy before this episode?
Well, there are two guys coming into the room. One is like in a regal, like a navy uniform. So that's the captain of the
Uh-huh.
Nimitz, and then the guy next to him is the old white dude that was looking at Charlotte when she was at the hospital in episode 1.
Thank you. Okay. The nurse is tattling on Juliet to Camille. Camille just tells the nurse to keep watching and does not instruct her to double the meds. Isn't she supposed to be doubling them already per the algorithm?
I thought she meant like doubling twice because she's missed two.
You think the nurse was asking to make up?
Yeah, like, do you want me
The
to
ones
give
that
him
she's-
even more?
Not suspicious at all.
Okay. No, not at all. Plus, like, seems like too much. Like, she wouldn't be able to remember anything the next
Mm.
morning. Shirley gets a note from Juliet asking her to show her to where they took Lucas Kyle during the rebellion, and Shirley lies about it to Knox so that she can continue not helping her supposed best friend. What is her deal? Were they really that close in previous seasons?
They're pretty close. First season at least. Well, obviously in the second season it wasn't there. But they've known each other all their life, right?
Okay. The way she's acting is, like, infuriating me because how could you not help her?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's really annoying me this season.
Yeah, it sucks.
I think she mentions later on, I think when she's talking to Juliet, that she says we've known each other since we were kids. So I feel like they've known each other since Juliet went to the
To live with
yes,
Martha?
exactly.
Yeah,
Just assume they grew up
Yeah.
together.
yeah. I always just think of Juliet as kind of a loner.
Yeah.
And Shirley is not super friendly either, so. But I guess it
Yeah,
works.
she's snapping a lot, and I guess she is irritated and she wants her friend back, but she's like really in her feelings right now.
She's really not helping
Yeah.
the situation either. Like, if I had a friend, like, again, I can kind of understand her point of view. Like, it must be
Sure,
really hard for
sure.
her. But what about Juliet? Like, she doesn't remember
Yeah.
anybody. What, like, she's got feelings in on the matter too. Like, obviously, it's difficult for her too.
Yeah, and the only person she's reached out to is her,
Mhm.
so I cannot imagine turning her down. On top of that, like, for reasons of rebellion and whatever's going on in the silo, like, wouldn't you want to gather the information? She seems willing
Yeah.
to share things with you that she's not willing to share with other people. Nobody knows what happened on the outside. I'd be dying to talk to
Mm.
her, even if she weren't my best friend. So I don't know, it just really bugs me that Shirley's not being cool.
She just really doesn't have any other, like, storyline this season either. Like, Knox is at least trying to help out and doing all the
Mm.
things, but Shirley's just literally annoyed, which is
Yeah.
really quite boring.
Yeah.
I have a question about the shot. When she was dressing, there was like a shot of something on her hip. Do you guys notice what it was?
Looked like a
Like an old
scar.
scar? Do we remember what it was from?
I don't know. I think we probably will find out what that's from. I assume maybe something new that she's maybe doing.
Mm-hmm.
She might have got involved in whatever happened to Juliet, like the scars that she has on her neck, maybe. I don't know if maybe she tried
Yeah.
to, because we've not seen any of them.
Juliet shows up at the Billings door, and Kat treats her surprisingly coldly too. Clearly thinks she's on the side of the enemy these days, but it's not Kat's smartest moment when she says she doesn't know who Patrick Kennedy and Lucas Kyle are. That just gives Juliet the obvious opening to accuse her of lying, and then Juliet mentions her wrist, and Kat knows she's in trouble. Juliet assures her she's not actually here for that, but it does make her wonder for her own purposes if Paul Billings is really doing his job looking for Kennedy and Kyle. Kat finally gives Juliet all the information she has, and she seems to genuinely believe Lucas Kyle is dead. Were you surprised by her acting coldly too? Poor Juliet.
Yeah, I was wondering if they actually never spoken before, or
Because that's what she said, right?
yeah, but I feel like I've seen her on the precinct, but I'm not sure if Juliet was
I
in the
only remember
picture.
that she knows her dad well, that she worked with Juliet's dad in the last
Oh,
season.
okay.
So I think that she could be nice to her for that, but I guess she just sees her as basically Camille at this point. Or
Yeah.
I also find it difficult to believe that they've never met before.
yeah. I like how active Kat is in the Outsiders now, though. That she was the one with the injured wrist. And she's going that hard against the Silo people. Must be very stressful for her husband.
He needs to pick a side. It's annoying me now. It's
Yeah.
been 3 seasons of him like being kind of helping one side and helping the
in
other
the
side.
middle
It's
and
just
then
like,
backtracking.
you need to pick on me.
Yeah. Camille is once again defending Juliet's ongoing alivedness, this time having Juliet followed to confirm if Kyle is dead and draw Kennedy out. She's clearly internally fighting the vitamin D memory wiping hard, and the algorithm tries to bully her into it, but ultimately leaves it up to her, supposedly anyway. I don't really believe they wouldn't just kill her and find someone else. But we do learn that there's 9,913 people at the silo at this point. Did we previously have any idea the number of people in here?
I
Have they
think
said
we
like
did.
10,000?
That's why the birth control was implemented, so that there's no more than 10,000, so they don't run out of nutrition resources. Yeah.
Interesting. Although they must have been pretty high above 10,000 because she said like bodies are stacked up after the rebellion.
Yeah. That's more than 80 people, 90 people. Yeah.
Right. We are abruptly transported into a busy, frivolous-feeling office, a jarring setting change for this show,
Yeah.
and a jarring setting for Helen. Not for long, though. Before getting fired, she talks to Daniel and offers to help him track down the recording on the dark web, but she's interrupted by her boss. Her actual job is not nearly as compelling as her side gig. Luckily, she's no longer going to have to finish her article on the sex lives of the supposedly celibate. It is funny she didn't notice the box with all her things in it, pre-packed for her firing. And then as she's escorted out, the old white guy from the funeral earlier in the episode is looking on. Did you find this setting jarring?
Absolutely.
After all the quiet darkness of the show, and then
Yeah, she actually says something about it being a playground.
oh yeah, she calls it a playground.
It felt exactly like that. I think there were like actually even kids in the office, or a kid in the office. Like they start with
I believe it. It just felt like mass chaos to me.
Yeah, and then the place was called Zaz with like a giant pink letters. I feel like that was the website or whatever service she was working for. So that looked like not something you would suspect Helen working for.
No, it was pretty sad.
And then definitely jarring difference to the silo and the 1980s computers that they used in the silo. Yeah.
Right. Sheriff Billings is talking to the family of the missing Orla. The sister is trying to reassure her parents, and when she walks Billings out, she suggests he talk to Orla's new boyfriend, Mike Davidson, who also dated the previous Shadow, her arch nemesis, Glenda Harwood. Salacious. Her sister also suggests that she felt Orla was burdened by something of late. Pretty crazy that she got the job and the boyfriend.
Silo's small.
That's true.
Like it's like a little village. Everyone knows each other. Everyone is sleeping like with the
I bet it does get like super awkward. Yes, a small place like that. Meanwhile, up on the surface, Helen is sifting through the back seat looking for something while driving Daniel, much to his horror. They're en route to Steve from the dark web, and Helen is suspicious about the real motivation for her firing. Daniel's so funny here. Well, were you doing a good job? You said you hated working there. People can usually pick up on that. He's hilariously unsympathetic. Like, from the moment that she told him she was fired, it seems like he was probably just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're cute. Nice banter.
Fake Steve is a paranoid fellow, for good reason. He confiscates their phones and Daniel's badge. This was the deal, unbeknownst to them, cloning his badge in exchange for info. And even then, Steve is not going to let them hear the recording, just acknowledges it exists. Stupid. Ultimately, though, they succeed by playing the family card. Dark Web Steve has a heart after all. Helen listens to it and echoes Steve's warning, telling Daniel not to. It's too horrible, but there was never any chance of him not listening to it, obviously. Like, anyone would listen to it, right? You guys would listen to it, or no?
Yes, I would have listened to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point in it is though, because she's alive. So, like, I know she's lost her memory and all of that, but like, do you really need to listen to it? Does it matter?
I think, like, trying to find out, I don't know, just because everything seems so sus now at this point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
having wiped her memory and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I think,
The
why.
the wiping of the memory is like
Red
the
flag.
reason why I would have wanted to hear what happened.
Yeah.
But I love Steve's digs. It's a
Yeah.
great set. I love that set. And it reminded me with the whole the metal door with the, how do you call it, with the slide, like with the metal slide.
Right.
It reminded me of Lone Gunman from the X-Files.
I assumed it was going to be X-Files. I mean, it reminded me of X-Files, and I'm not as big a fan as you and Aubrey.
Yeah, it's a pity Aubrey's not on today, because I suppose she would have had the same idea. And I also feel like the old
White dude.
is
Yes.
like in the X-Files, the Deep Throat.
Exactly. No, I thought that also. And again, I have very little recollection I liked X-Files, but it's been so long, I don't remember it well. But every time I see him, I think of that. So, yeah.
I've never watched this, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I know enough, like, but know what's about.
It was really good. I feel like when I try to watch old shows, though, now that I haven't seen before,
they're too slow.
It just
too
doesn't.
Slow. Yeah.
Too long as well. Like,
You probably missed your window. Yeah.
I tried watching 6 Feet Under.
Yeah.
And I gave up like after 4 or 5 episodes because I felt like it's nothing.
It's really
Nothing's
good.
happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I know that I would have absolutely loved this show had I watched it live, but even West Wing, which I somehow didn't see,
Yeah. No, I never watched
even
that
when I
one.
try to watch that, like things are so different now too that something about trying to watch West Wing that is just not possible for me at this point.
Because the seasons were so long, like there was a lot of like episodes where like nothing really happened, so it's like loads
They had
of
time,
like fill-ins. Yeah.
Right. On the brief moment we see of their ride home, Helen questions how anyone could have taken control of 4 planes, 4 pilots at the same time. And then Sims is dropping his son off at school when he sees Juliet lurking nearby, which infuriates him. Apparently the boy still wakes up to nightmares of her breaking into his house, and Juliet's just like, good for him, he has a memory. I'm jealous. She gets to her point. She wants to find the answer to why Bernard brought Lucas Kyle up out of the mines to make him his shadow, and Sims answers honestly that he wishes he knew. He was super jealous when that happened in the last season. Juliet accepts that he's being honest and leaves while Sims watches his son thoughtfully in class. This man's fury over this event from the past, he talks about it a lot. I get it, it's his son, and his son was obviously traumatized by it. But it's entertaining to me, this ongoing fury that he has over.
Yeah, and his wife and himself have made her mayor as well. Like she's everywhere. So if his kid's so traumatized by her, like you don't want to like, I don't know, hide her away. I don't know.
True.
They hate her so much, and then we're gonna make him mayor.
The Juliet encounter shook Robert enough to actually break his kid out of school afterwards. He spontaneously decided he wants to spend the day with his family. Camille refuses, but wants to know what happened to prompt this weird reaction from him. And then Shirley sees Juliet coming and loses her shit. She drops whatever. What is she doing? Is she lowering or raising something?
The cement, I think. Something that in a bag. That's definitely not flour. So probably like something to make cement.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was, but I imagine that was quite dangerous and lucky that nobody was under it. Well, I guess they knew it was lowering, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, okay. The outsiders are talking to each other. Kat's vouching for Juliet a little bit after their earlier encounter. Calls Juliet sharp still, that she's asking the right questions. The outsiders seem to have people assigned to following her every day, and today's tale, Bobby, has informed them that Juliet is headed down to the Gap.
Did Juliet write down the pulley yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I'm going to save it. Though. Shirley's friend tries to cut Juliet off before she gets to Shirley, but Shirley shows up then and treats her shitty like usual of late. Juliet calls her out on it. If you were my best friend, wouldn't you have come when I asked you? Shirley steadfastly refuses to take Juliet down the Gap, so Juliet just jumps on a cable and nobody can stop her. Luckily, Knox is at the bottom, and he's more game for adventure. He tells her he knows a guy that might be able to help.
Juliet George from the jungling herself down the gap. Perfect
Yes.
scene. Perfect.
I loved that. It made me happy. I was surprised Shirley didn't follow, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Like my note was like she was acting like herself, and then Knox says in the next scene, I was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're the two that need to hook up. Forget about Shirley. For both of them, like I don't care about either of the relationships.
Oh, you weren't on the episode when we talked about you shipping him. We did talk about you shipping them together. And me. I like him also.
There's just so much more chemistry. Like the characters make sense. The other two don't. I'm sorry. Presumably it happens in the book. I don't know.
Oh, good point. This is based on a book. It probably does happen in the book.
There's a lot more in depth, so I don't know. Maybe this.
That is a good reason. Thank you for reminding me. Camille is furious at her husband for taking their son out of school. He didn't even see Juliet. The boy didn't, so he wasn't scared. This departure from routine is scarier for the kid than leaving him there. And now we learn what it was about the Juliet interaction that affected him so. He wants to make memories with their family, because Juliet told him she couldn't even remember having a dad. On the topic of memories, Camille tells him what she may be doing to the entire silo in a couple hours, wiping all of them. She maintains it is to help their son have a chance of escaping someday, since that's the goal they both agreed on from the get-go. Camille has won the Battle of the Sims this time around, so Robert tells his son he's taking him back to school, and his son does sense something's wrong. He gives his dad back the duck Pez he gave him last season so he wouldn't worry. Sweet boy. Do you remember the son's name?
Anthony, I think.
Anthony, thank you. I don't know why Camille wouldn't just not, or I would think that Camille would arrange for her husband to drink different water, you know? But that doesn't seem to be what she's implying when she talks to him.
Where would they get this other water though? Because she's going to be in the water.
She's going to have to drink other water though, right? I would think.
Presumably.
I feel like the algorithm would like to have someone that knows something to talk to, but I don't know.
And he's like head of traditional, so probably he would be...
Like I would explode if my spouse told me they were about to do that to me and everyone else, so don't know. It's strange.
Maybe that's why he's not exploding, because he knows he's not included in this thing, but still, it's such a huge change for everyone.
Yeah.
Do they know that's happened before, though?
Yeah. Not in their lifetime, I think.
They said that it happened, 140 years ago, I think.
Was that the last time?
That's what they said in this silo, yeah.
That sounds right to me as well.
But also the fact that he's having this conversation about how he wants to create memories for his son, and then she's like, don't bother, I'm going to wipe our son's, like, entire memories of us and everything. And he, like, I don't know, I think he should react more. But I don't know, he doesn't. Knox takes Juliet to meet with Mark, one of the only other people in the silo that came out of the mines once he went in. Juliet wants to know what Kyle might have seen down there, but Mark insists it's all death. Whatever Kyle got out of there for was not because he learned something down there. I don't know, that visit seemed kind of pointless, no?
Yeah, I was wondering, because Mark says something about the only way to get out is because he got a better job cleaning toilets. And I felt like that might have meant something that we not know yet about, that it's maybe like a code for something that will come up later.
Yeah. I don't know. That scene baffled me. It made her, I mean, since she learned nothing, she wants to go down to the mines, so I guess it does that, but it's not necessary. She could have just gone down to the mines anyway.
Straight away,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will become clear why that scene was included. And that guy, like, he showed up in the previous seasons too, and he was, like, making weapons and stuff, right?
Yeah, for the rebellion,
Daniel has convinced himself that that recording has to get out and turns the car around to try and make that happen. Knox and Juliet are rebonding. It is indeed weird that Knox knows more about Juliet than Juliet does, but he's clearly thrilled she seems more like herself now than in their previous interactions, that at her core she's still her. And then he gives her the pep talk of all pep talks. Not only did she save the silo once, but twice really, the generator and the outside. And she's the only one in there who has looked up at the sky. It's a very admiring little speech.
Just love them. That's all.
Just love them. More Knox and Juliet scenes, even if they can't be together.
Even as friendship, like that's the sort of conversation she should be having with Shirley. Yeah. Like she'd been hyped up instead of being like, oh, you don't remember me crying.
If I were Juliet at this point, I would fully only speak to Knox, just because like he's friendly and he's helpful and he's the experience that she's having with him is positive. He's the most helpful person to her in the silo. So
he seems to be on her side,
right, and knows her well. So like obviously he's earned it.
Yeah, and I think he believes that she's going to remember again. So it's just like a matter of time before she's back to being Juliet.
Yeah,
I think he's more focused on that it's going to happen.
Yeah, because I think he's seeing that side of her as well, like that's sort of like seeping through.
Yeah.
Even though she doesn't remember, it's just still her at her core.
Yeah.
And that gives him hope.
While Knox is pumping Juliet up, Camille finds out who they were just visiting, Mark, and realizes why they were down there when she sees that he worked in the mines. Juliet informs Knox that she's going to the mines. She doesn't care if he comes or not, but of course he will, loyal friend that he is.
Now, I just was wondering regarding the scene before why the outsiders are trailing Juliet. Do you guys have ideas? Or can you help me out? Why are they trailing her?
I would imagine it's just because, like, she is the only one that's been on the outside and she has this information they want. Even if she's forgotten it for now, I feel like they probably think it's useful to keep an eye on her. And I don't know, though. It seems like it would be difficult to have someone trail the mayor who's being guarded and trailed by Camille.
Yeah.
Camille asked the algorithm where the nearest silo is. What was your understanding of why she did that?
I think because she is probably thinking that Lucas, if he is in the mines, that he's digging to get to the other silo. I think that's the idea that she has, which she doesn't speak out, but I think that's why she's asking. If it's possible, because in the pact, they say how far they are able to mine.
Right.
Yeah.
But is there a lie in the pact of how deep they can go?
Set these rules so that you can't get to another silo.
Yeah.
But do we believe that?
I believe they set the rule, but I imagine there are tunnels that go to other silos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Camille orders poisonous fumes poured into the mine tunnels to try and drive Lucas Kyle out in case Juliet is on the right track with her mission. The sheriff sees the max exodus starting, and one of the miners tells him the excuse that Camille used to poison the mines. She called it a rodent. She called it a rodent infest. I can't talk. She called it a rodent infestation. Did it.
Yay!
It was really hard. And so just as Juliet and Knox get to the mines, everyone else is fighting to get out. Juliet, being Juliet, though, continues against the flow of traffic. Knox goes even further in to try and find Harwood for Juliet. Juliet's able to get an oxygen mask from the locker, and she tries to save a miner, share the mask between them, but the asshole knocks her out and steals the mask instead. What a dick. I wonder if he saw who it was and felt worse about what he was doing. Doesn't matter, though. She's unable to get herself up and out and finally falls down unconscious. Very exciting, though, when the missing man himself, Lucas Kyle, picks her up and carries her out.
Were you surprised that it was Lucas Kyle, or were you just expecting that?
I was hopeful that it was Lucas Kyle, but I thought maybe Knox would come save her.
Right.
But I was not shocked that it was Lucas Kyle.
Why doesn't this happen to me? I'm looking for someone and then they come and find me instead.
Right. No, I was very pleased, though, because I like Lucas Kyle, so I'm glad to have him back in the story. Yeah. And she recognizes him, which is interesting.
Yes.
It seemed like personal
that was surprising.
recognition. Yeah. It didn't seem like she just recognized him from a photo. It seemed like she knew him. So that's good.
Well, she also remembers the W in the sky, right? That she had that conversation with him. Is that right?
Right. That's true.
Yes, definitely. He showed her Cassiopeia. Yeah, and he kind of figured out how the solar system works.
Yeah.
But he only told her about the Cassiopeia, the solar system. I think he told Bernard about that.
She seems to remember her conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice the way she recognized him. Knox comes then after Kyle has left her, but the raiders know Kyle's alive now and they're giving chase, so that is not ideal at all. He goes through a door to hide and grabs whatever he can for a weapon while he waits for them to inevitably find him, but it's the outsiders that find him, luckily. They talk a little shit about his hiding place, but they'll know how to help him escape.
I liked the whole sequence of events. It was good pace, like things happening and
it's very
shot nicely. I love that. That was a good part of the episode. Yeah.
Daniel and Helen have returned to Dark Web Steve's office to try to convince him to let them take the recording with them, only to find the place ransacked in the brief time they've been gone.
Yeah, I think Daniel's also looking for the cassette because he's seen where Steve had hidden it, but he can't find it. Yeah.
It's not there now, right. I mean, I wonder how long they were gone for. It was not very long.
So how would they know about him? Did they follow them both? Like, he must have had these for a few days. I don't know how long it's been since it happened, but why now?
Right. I think they had to have followed them because it was so on the heels of them being there and leaving. But Why didn't they just come in while they were all there and take care of the whole problem? I guess he's a congressman, so it's not that easy. Probably.
Do we think that because they clearly were following them, that may be connected to why Helen's being fired then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that she's definitely... But also she was probably doing a shitty job, so maybe it's entirely unrelated like he thought.
The secret lives of the asexual? No.
Secret sex life of celibates, which is hard to say. Not as hard as infestation, though. I really struggled with that one.
Rodent infestation. It's like rural jour.
Rodent infestation. I do think saying rodent makes it harder for some reason, but I don't know why. Okay. Sadly, Billings finally finds Orla Kent. She is dead in the mines. And then the nurse from Juliet's home stands by an unconscious Juliet on a bed, admitting to Camille that she doesn't know if Juliet will survive the poisonous gases that she ingested down there. The algorithm compliments Camille's moves today and voices the obvious, that Juliet's actions have surprisingly allowed for a new option. They can get away with killing Juliet now without sending the silo into rebellion. I don't know. One trivial mistake the algorithm makes here, though, is saying the population of the silo will only be one less than they said yesterday's was if Juliet dies. Because it seems like a lot of people have died in the mines today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's nitpicking and stupid. It's just I expect the algorithm to know everything and be on top of his...
Maybe they haven't had the time to gather all the information about the people that's died yet, but...
Yeah, I mean, they probably have not been logged in the computer as dead yet, so I guess that's
Although
reason.
The algorithm, it's now I have problems speaking. The algorithm. So,
I can't say either. Algorithm.
The algorithm. Anyways, it sounds very human to me. Like it has like a very human intonation that to me sounds as if someone was actually speaking to a microphone, and it's not like a generated voice. Yeah, right. It sounds very... So I was wondering if we did assume last season that there is like a main silo.
Yes.
That there is like a...
Kimberly's daddy silo.
Yeah, the daddy silo. I wonder if they have like a handler who plays the algorithm. Still wasn't right.
It's okay. We get it.
I feel like I recognize the voice as well. And that's really bugging me. Because I'm trying to pinpoint if I can pick up I'm really I'm good with things like that. Like I will fixate on like the voice of somebody. Like I recognize them. I don't recognize them by their face, but I recognize them by their voice.
Yeah.
In like shows. And I am
so you
right.
feel like
so I'm really trying to figure out if I know the actor.
That you know. Interesting.
But I don't know. I feel like I do.
And finally, the algorithm asks Camille why she thinks she was chosen, which we've all wondered. Turns out her ability to lie is all it comes down to. Never has manipulating your husband paid off so well, and playing both sides of the rebellion. But there was one anomaly, one outlying event, when she helped Juliet, let her leave last season, and the algorithm wants to know why. Camille lies, as she should. Should not tell that thing anything. She does, though. She finally admits that she admired Juliet and her quest for truth. Camille wanted to see what Juliet was going to find out. But she admits that was a mistake now. She's an existential threat, and she needs to be killed. So, seems like Camille is finally on board with killing Juliet.
Do you think? Because I felt like she was lying then.
Yeah, I feel like she's been very protective of Juliet to the algorithm, even though like her actions are like shitty to Juliet. She's been kind of defending her and trying to keep her alive. So I don't know. I kind of feel like she really did not want to wipe the memories of the silo, which awesome.
Yeah.
Applaud you for that. And so she might accept killing Juliet now if it makes it so she doesn't have to wipe the memories. But I don't know. I got the same feeling you're saying. Yeah. That she's just saying that.
Me too,
not meaning it. Yeah.
So it seems like it could go both ways in the next episode. And I feel like she can be easily swayed and not kill Juliet. Yeah.
Well, she has been in the past too. It just, to me, felt that when the algorithm, I can't say either, algorithm, told her that the only reason why they picked her was because of her ability to lie. That felt like a sort of a backhanded compliment. So I don't think she quite liked it because she probably thought there was a different reason for it. I don't know why.
Good call, for sure.
So, and we do know she's been protective of Julia for some reason that we still don't know either.
Right.
So I feel that she could very well use that to now change ships. I don't know.
Yeah. Manipulate the algorithm.
Right. Well done. Yeah. That's perfect. I agree. I think that it probably felt like an insult to her.
True. Yeah.
You know how you said earlier that the outsiders found Lucas? That was Danny who's still with Patrick, is he? with
I think
Kennedy.
he's still his sidekick, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I was really excited for those three to like reunite because I think that's
I
gonna be really
know.
fun.
Yeah. I'm very excited the gang's all back
Have we seen
together.
them together this season though, Patrick and Danny? I feel like we have.
I think the last episode they were hiding also in some
Yeah,
kind
but they
of
were
storage
together, right?
room. I think they were all in
Yeah.
the same room with
Again, I
Sandy
just
and someone else.
I also like that we're seeing a lot more of the surface level world this season.
Oh yeah.
I think that it's a nice mix to jump back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the both characters on the ground are also interesting. And
Yeah.
the flipping back and forth. I like the energy of that or the motion of that, the season that it's flipping. Yeah.
Pace is
I
good,
agree.
yeah, between the two.
The pace, thank
Worlds.
you. You don't feel as claustrophobic as the seasons before.
When you're just in Silo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do miss Solo's Silo or just
Yeah.
Solo from Solo's Silo.
Miss Solo, yeah.
Be nice to see Solo again.
Indeed.
We will see. All right, I guess that's a wrap on our discussion of season 3, episode 3. Come back next week for our discussion on episode 4. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.